Hi everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's Worimi, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. I'm going to do something a little bit different here on a Friday afternoon. So you won't see me for 2 days. It's coming up my weekend. It means family are home, and yeah, some of us need a weekend off to get in the garden and to sort a few things. So I'll be back again my Monday, which I think in most parts of the world will be the Sunday, but we'll get there. Okay, what I'm going to have a look at, as I said, this is going to be a little bit different. So I'm not actually going to talk politics at all, maybe a little bit. But something really interesting happened yesterday. Now I'm just going to flip my notes over, and if you wonder what my notes look like, this is what my notes look like. I was having a think yesterday about past lives. I love exploring past lives. I found at least a dozen of my own and researched them in depth. Also done future lives, which are really, really interesting. And I just want to let you know that it's not quite Star Trek, but it's definitely not Star Wars going forward. It's just a really interesting future. And it's future lives are hard because I'm trying to explain in today's words things that haven't even been created and developed yet. It's probably a bit like somebody from the 1960s trying to explain the social media and mobile phones and all that we are so used to in this day and age. Anyhow, so they're having to think about past lives, and especially in regards to Leon the rat, because just wanted to have a look to see who he was in a past life. What has he brought forward? Now, a few people have read on the likes of Felon 45, and I believe they came up with that he was Mussolini, who ended up at the mercy of the peasants, being unalived, beheaded, the head put on a spike, all that sort of fun stuff. Let's talk about Muskrat. And no, I didn't get that he was a guy from 1930s and 40s Germany. Again, I do apologize if I'm sounding a bit vague because I'm trying to avoid the censors here. What I got quite clearly, I was going through I did get that he was SS, that he was experimental, research type person. And I was going through various ones of them, seeing whether anything clicked and gelled. And what I got, oh goodness me, this guy's absolutely ghastly. That I finally ended up, because I'd gone through Carl Vainet, who thought that he could cure uh, um, LGBTQI by implanting hormones, and this is all testing during and prior to World War II on those of the Jewish community and those that were in concentration camps. And I got, yeah, no, not quite. I thought, oh, Karl Kloberg, but he died. Yeah, he was behind the mass sterilization, died in 1957. First Carl died in 1965, and I just wasn't feeling it with them. And then I went to Joseph Mengele, who was known as the Angel of Death. A lot of these guys, they escaped to South America, and if they didn't die there, they were hunted down and dragged back to The Hague. He eluded capture but drowned in 1979. No, so that wasn't him, because I believe Elon was born in 71. So I was going through these figures, and then I landed on, I don't quite know how I got there, to Edward Werther. the chief physician at Auschwitz, who was the one that ordered the experiments be done. He had a very dysfunctional family. His father apparently had been a medic in World War One and came back with severe psychosis issues. And Edward Werther died in 1945. And when I was reading, I went, oh, that really clicked. So I'm just going to have a quick look at that, and I'm going to actually talk about something to do with past lives itself. So I'm using my Light Seers Tarot, which feels wrong for reading on this Edward Werther guy. But show me, guys, show me. Okay, entertainment only. Show me. I'm just saying his name in my head because I don't want to say it out loud. The reincarnation, pretty sure, of Edward, Edward Werther, Wirter. I think I got the spelling of that right, but they know who I'm talking about. If I say something that's not right, like I call Canada states instead of provinces, my guides know what I'm talking about. It's just we call them states in Australia, so um, it's just the language that I slipped into. But tell me, is Elon the reincarnation? So this is not the guy who actually did the experiments. He's the one that ordered the experiments. Chief physician at Auschwitz. Now, got to remember that Musk in this lifetime does not really do any of the work. He did not invent the electric vehicle Teslas. He what he's very good at is he goes in as an investor and then forces the originals out. Now, him and Peter Thiel had an arrangement way back. I think there were three of them with PayPal. Again, Musk went in as an investor and forced the third guy out. Can't remember his name. And then there was a big falling out between Thiel and Musk. So even though they're in that same category, same with SpaceX. He just employs people to do the work for him and claims the work for his own. And yeah, his experiments with the Neuralinks. Again, he just employs people to do the work, but then he makes it out that he's the one that actually does it. And it's the same with the young hackers that he's got going into Treasury, etc. at the moment. He wouldn't have a clue. He would not have a clue how to actually hack in himself. He just pays people to do it. And it's the same. A few have said, oh, he's a big online gamer. No, he's not. He pays people to play him. He pays people to play him so that there is this perception of him that's not real. He's going to be exposed. His cards have fallen out. He is going to be exposed for the fraud that he is. But I want to have a look. Show me. Am I right? Gosh, she keeps... His two cards just bounce back out again. The inspirational female bringing forward information that will reveal the truth and the fake of it. Okay, but that's not what I want to ask. I want to have a look at this past life. In a past life, Edward is he in this past life? Dysfunctional family. You get on, father issues. Orders the experiments but doesn't do them himself. Let's have a look. I'm just going to ask this question only because it's intrigued me. Oh, yeah. The it's just, oh gosh, it's just the same energy. It's the same energy of looking in the mirror and always seeing oneself as not good enough. Leon could have total world domination and it would still not be enough because how he perceives himself. And Werther is the same. Yeah, I'm doing a energies reading. It's a slightly different layout. It's stealing the ideas of others, betrayal, deceit, lies. This is what they're built on. This is why they're never enough, because they know that the life that everything about their life is a lie. Right, we've got the Six of Swords. This is actually really interesting because swords are also intelligence and medical. So the Six of Swords, packing up the truth and attempting to move forward, creating magic by bringing together, but mental issues. Okay, I'm getting this as an attempt to escape the past. Problem with trying to escape the past is you always take yourself with you. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, you take yourself with you. So the mental issues. This is the energies behind the scenes. This is what's coming out from behind the scenes. Neuralink, implants. Werther oversaw the sterilization programs and the hormone implanting, etc. So bringing together a lot of information, nurturing what was planted, trying to reap what was sown. The energy over the Strength card, interesting card. The betrayal of strength. Heartbreak, loss, despair. So trying to appear strong, but it's not being true to oneself. Betrayal, treason, heartbreak, loss, anguish in a barren environment, the heart literally being torn apart. The outcome, taking action to bring forth new plans with the Strength card behind them. So, okay, thank you. I'm getting this is the power of authority. The King of Cups, emotionally calm, leadership. Feels like it doesn't belong. Two Kings. I mean, this can be the outcome. Let's see where this goes. Emotionally yearning for the youth. And this is the jumping up on stage and carrying on. Finding themselves fully exposed. We've got another king, King of Pentacles. But then we've got the higher authority, trying to achieve something higher, working together with others. But in the end, finding oneself disappointed with the Four of Cups. Righto. So what I'm really getting, if you have a look through this, I want to have a look to see who this King of Cups is. Who is this King of Cups that's here? So this is, again, not being true to oneself, looking in the mirror and just being disappointed every time. a persona built on lies and deceit and betrayal, trying to escape one's past or oneself, but you've got the um, emotional, uh, um, psychological issues here, trying to appear strong, but knowing that within there's this barren, empty, barren emptiness where the heart's just literally torn apart. This can be the outcome for them, returning to one's roots. But this is also Page of Wands. Feels almost like manic messaging. It all ends in loss and disappointment. But I want to know who this King of Cups is. So I'll just move these cards to the side. So I've got this authority, this perception of strength behind them, and bringing forward plans and actions. Who is this King of Cups? It's usually it's a diplomatic, calm energy, which doesn't describe either of them. They both feel this manic energy. Page versus King. Almost internally trying to portray externally. But I just want to have a look. Who is this King of Cups? This is a deck that I made. It's just a storytelling deck. If you like it, it's on them. If you go ... more, telling me to dig. Dig for it. If you like it, it's under the ... more at Etsy. But let's have a look. Who is this King of Cups? Oh, I've got cards flying out everywhere. King of Cups. Digging. The destiny is lost. Bravery. Restriction. Who is this? What is this King of Cups? Future. Who does this King of Cups represent? Future freedom. Could be restricted future freedom. We want that one too. Majority. We want that one. Yes. Poverty. Who is this King of Cups? Future is not yet written. Dark clouds, swamp. No money, bullseye. I don't know who this King of Cups is, but they're bringing this to the future. And we've got powerful energy, positive energy, and it's full positive energy. Okay. This feels like somebody who stood up to these entities with bravery, because with all this digging, the fate and destiny is going to be loss. Yes to poverty. Dark clouds in the swamp. The future's not yet written in regards to this, but we've got restriction of future freedom. Show me this bravery card. Show me this bravery. So this is going to be a really long reading. So I haven't even started what I was going to talk about. Show me this bravery card. Who is this with their bravery? It's bullseye, overseas, and you want that one. Fear of facing the music. Oh, thank you. Facing the music of what went on in their dark past. Again, the swamp, the convoluted unraveling, transformation, technology, and things being flipped. It's going to be a difficult message, but it's going to be the key that will oust what is currently happening, that will out those who gave help and all those who gave help to this evil. I don't know who this is. I don't know who it was. I didn't look terribly hard into Edward's past either. But this feels like a figure that exposes and with great bravery exposes them. Okay, right. That was an interesting little snippet at 22 minutes. Yeah, I just feel that that's who he was in the past life. What I want to have a look at, sorry, this is going to be a bit of a long reading because it's quite interesting. Still using the Light Seers deck. Now, I watch a lot of readers, love a lot of readers. Ash Peters, Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under, Rosie's Insights. I don't watch them until after I've read for the day because I don't want to taint or bias any of my readings. David and Gary from Tarot Down Under and Twin Tarot, Denise Knight from Denise Knight Divination, Danny Shea, love Danny Shea, and Psycho Duck, Psychic Duck. Who else? Oh gosh, so many. Oh, Susan Lynn, Fefi from Touch by Tarot. When I get the time, there are only so many hours in the day. So Linda G, Marianne from Revealing Light, haven't watched her for quite a while. Just not enough hours in the day. But what I want to have a look at, I was watching as I was winding right down last night, quite late. I watched Susan Lynn's Wednesday's video. She does spiritual readings on Wednesday. And she had posted a couple of days ago a video called Mind Blowing Spiritual Awakening. And I listened to it and I went, this is really interesting. And she recommended on that video another video that she'd done quite a long time ago where she was actually channeling, like it was like 95% spirit, 95% Susan Lynn, called Past, Present and Future Lives. Now, as I said, I'm really fascinated by past lives and future lives. Sometimes I probably spend a little bit too much time in those particular lives. But I've done, as I said right at the beginning of this video, I have researched quite deeply around 12 of my own past lives. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. No, I was never royalty. No, I was never, any famous person. But really fascinating lives. And all of them had the thread of being spiritual throughout. Now, a really interesting one. So I listened to that as I was drifting off to sleep. And as part of that video, she had said or the first video, the mind-blowing spiritual awakening video, basically saying to your guides, tell me why I know what I know that I shouldn't really know. And so I said that to my guides last night. Show me something about one of these past lives of mine that I should know, that I know, but part of the lesson in this particular lifetime. I'm just going to say my husband and I have been, this is our third lifetime together. Not back to back, it's just the third time we've had a lifetime together as husband and wife. The most recent one, or maybe it was two back, I can't remember the timing of it all, during Elizabethan times. This is Queen Lizzie the First, and he was a jeweler, and I managed to even find where the jewelry shop was and all the rest of it. A goldsmith jeweler, really skilled, and he is. What he does now is incredibly skilled, and he works with metals. I'll just put it out there. And he's very much a doer, as to show, and he always has been in these past two lives, was he would do things for you to show his love rather than being, if that makes sense. And so I've, become fully aware of that this lifetime. So he used to be a jeweler in that particular lifetime. He was a jeweler. I used to do the books. We had a very successful business. I've even pinpointed where the shop actually was. He was by royal appointment, so he didn't actually make jewellery for Queen Elizabeth I, but he was commissioned to make gold jewellery that was used as gifts for those that were in court or for diplomats visiting dignitaries, etc. Very, very successful, and had quite wealthy patronage as well. So I used to do the books. I mean, I'm very good at bookwork. I just don't like doing bookwork, but that's aside the point. He used to also make me a copy of the jewellery that he would make for my own personal possessions, but I couldn't ever wear it out in public because this was royal appointment jewellery. But that was his way of showing his affection. And it's still, similar in this lifetime. Now, excuse me if I waffle on about this. I just find this past life absolutely fascinating. Now, so last night I said, look, tell me we had one child, a daughter, and I went, tell me, what do I need to know? And what they were showing me was that in that lifetime, he actually passed midlife. And left me a very comfortably well-off widow at still a relatively youngish age, late 40s, early 50s. The daughter had married a builder from a very gorgeous, quaint little town. This is all in England. And what happened is I then sold the jewellery business and bought a really nice little cottage with garden, etc., in this village to be near the daughter and the grandchildren, and love the grandchildren. I could see as clear as picture this cottage. I must go and find it one day, and the garden, and it was just absolutely, absolutely lovely. So really interesting about this is that I had noticed as I was going through this lifetime, I had noticed that as I am getting slightly older and past middle age, that I was getting a bit crabby with my husband in this lifetime. And I was just, why am I getting crabby? Why is this happening? He's still the same old, we still get along, etc. And by being shown the extension of this lifetime, this past lifetime, I realized because he's still here, which sounds so odd, because from that lifetime, by this stage, I was supposed to be a very comfortably well-off widow who had the freedom to do what I wanted. and this lifetime I don't. Now, that's on me now. I'm now aware of it. That's my lesson to learn, one of my lessons to learn in this lifetime about adjusting my attitude with this relationship. I just found it absolutely hilarious. So, nothing to do with him, all about me. So, not that I'm wishing to become a very comfortably well off widow, but it does explain why I was feeling the way I was feeling. So what I want to have a look at is I'm going to do a past life and see what I can bring up. I'm hoping there's something still there that's going to be really interesting because boy, oh boy, have there been some interesting past lives that I have researched. And I've probably spoken about them. If you journey in the search option, you'll find a couple of videos about my spiritual journey, and I may have mentioned those particular past lives. If not, let me know because I'll go through them. They're actually really fascinating. But I'm going to show me past life that I haven't seen already. Okay, thank you. This was an image I was given last night. They're giving it to me again. North American native, male, elderly, greying hair, and I've got two feathers. One's a white feather and the other one is a black feather. So two feathers. And I'm sitting there, okay. I'll throw some cards as well to have a further look into this past life. I'm there with my eyes closed. Talk about a nose. It's got a nose and a half. Male, eyes closed. What I'm doing, people come to me and I take their head, with my eyes closed, take their head in my hands. Again, it's that spiritual that I'm getting. It's almost like I'm imparting. I'm drawing down energy and imparting it into the individuals. Oh, okay, right. They're all young. I say young boys. I mean, gosh, I'm nearly 57. Everybody's young compared to this age. It's almost like, okay, it's part of their rite of passage to manhood is what I'm getting. Okay, so show me. I'm going to throw some cards and then I'm going to grab pendulum to see if I can find out what and where this is. So the reason I'm showing you is I would love for you guys to explore your past lives. You can also do this with future lives. And it's just about trusting the images that you're that are brought to you, and then researching and expanding on them using the devices that you have to hand, whether it be cards or pendulum or dowsing rods or shaking some bones or whatever it is that you do, or meditation, and researching as well. So show me, show me, show me. What do I need to know about this past life? Now come on down. I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to lay out some cards. Right. This is about somebody. This is past life where somebody has authority and is in control. In a spiritual manner. You've got this flying through here. In a spiritual manner. I do feel that I am male in this. Yeah, I know that I'm male in this lifetime. Drawn to the skull there. The desert sheep, desert sheep or something. Or goat, desert animal. Okay. Knight of Wands. Getting the feeling of sharing messages, beating the drums, which again has that spiritual feel to it. A lot of orange here. And I've got the horse there in the background. Okay, thank you. I just got told that part of this manhood ceremony was to capture a wild horse. So it's like sending them on their way. Okay, King of Pentacles, protection, stability, security. Knight of Pentacles. This card actually fell out before, but I didn't show it to you. Knight of Pentacles, stability, solidity, movement forward, shedding protection, and the Ace of Cups. From the heart, partnership, connection, cleansing, part of a cleansing ceremony. Okay. Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups is the spirituality, dead center, holding the community together and planting the seeds for the next generation. And here we've got the Magician, the spiritual, on the bottom. Now, the Queen of Cups is very much about the ability to put the emotions aside and look within towards the future in a intellectual, truth-telling, strategized manner, and the Knight of Cups being able to bring this forth as an offer. I'm just going to pop that there as well because we've got the Magician. So now I'm going to grab Pentacle, sorry, not Pentacle, Pendulum, and ask some questions. And ask a question. Am I picking this up right, that this is a past life? Round and round means it's ready for a question. Past life, where I was North American native spiritual leader. Yes, straight into yes. Okay, let's see if we can narrow the time frame down. Pendulum's on fire today. Was this during the 1900s? Nope. Knew it wasn't, but I was just doing that as a test. Was this during the 1800s? Can you tell me, was this during the 1800s? Nope. Was this lifetime during the 1700s? Yes. I can ask a question. Was it 1700 to 1750? Nope. So was it between 1750? Okay. Is this point 1750 to 1760 sort of? Was it 1760 to 1780? Yes, so we're covering a 20-year span there. 30-year span, because I said 60 to 80. Oh, well, there's no such thing as a Freudian slip. In this lifetime was I male? Yes. Now I can work out where in North America it was. Was it anywhere in what we would currently call the United States of America? Yes. So it wasn't Canada or Mexico. Can I ask, is it towards the western side? No. Was this lifetime, was I on the eastern side? Sort of. So if I say the mid-eastern side, yes. Okay. So I'm going to stop it there because I will actually, now I need to start researching. I will then bring up a map of the United States with the states. I'll go state by state. What I would then find out is when I can locate the state, I would look at the North American tribes in that particular state, again using pendulum and continuing on. I'm actually kind of interested in this now. I have to grab my pen and paper and start writing it down, add it to my list. Finding out what tribe it was in that area. And then I would look into the rituals of that tribe of that area and see what happened to that tribe in that area. Okay, that was just a very brief overview. I'm not quite sure why I felt to go down that path, but for those that are interested in exploring your own past lives, that's how I explore them. So I am now heading off, do some research, and with pendulum and toast, I'll pop the cards away and I will just use pendulum. This is an amethyst that's been with me for 25 plus years, piece of wire from the craft shop and a chain that was in my drawer. And I will just use pendulum to narrow down the facts of that time, of that area. And I just wanted to share that because I just find it absolutely fascinating, and I suspect some of you will too. Okay, thanks for joining me. Love to you all. Take care. I shall see you on Monday.